Okay, cool. Starting off in 5, 4, 3.
You're listening to the Converted Podcast, the podcast about the Guild Convert to Raid on Airy Peak, US.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 166 of the Converted Podcast, the World of Warcraft podcast all about the Convert to Raid Guild on Airy Peak, US. Sal, what's the audience got in store for them this week?
In this episode, we have the winner of World First Race, your converted shoutouts. Happy birthday, Pat Crane, and Adonrager of Edamame Enterprise.
That's right, everybody. I am Barfolomew the Paladin. Joining us this evening is Adonrager of Edamame Enterprise. Excuse me, I got them green beans all mixed up in my brain. How you doing today, Adon?
I'm pretty good. Glad to be here, guys.
We're very happy
Glad
to have you.
here.
Also with us, one Ms. Salmisis, the Shaman.
Hey, Barf, can you believe it? A North American team won the World First Race. And you know, Method has been dominating for basically years, right? Basically years. But Limit came in with the world first this time, and I'm gonna say dominated. Like they didn't just like eke it out. They got it like way before Method did this time around. They played great. I was able to watch it. I've got friends of mine who go, "Hey, you should watch it now," and I had it on my second screen while I was working. I should edit that out so my boss doesn't know. But I saw them win, and I saw what happened. It was really nice to see Limit win this time.
And there was no limit to what they were going to go after. I mean, did you see that they announced 140 million gold for BOE? So, I mean, they really took it to the limit. Yeah.
Snap.
So, I mean,
did Frasley just call people out for pay to win?
it's
Did
140
Frasley-
million. 140
Frasley
million.
just do that?
I didn't mean
Oh.
to, I'm sorry. I guess it's all the shadows of N'Zoth. I didn't mean to throw shade.
I did not know it was going to get to that point tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Frasley called Limit out for pay to win. Listen, okay. Listen, I'm here for this. So I was watching real time, and so they're like they've been like banging their head on this, right? And they're getting like to 4%, 6%, 4%, doing it. And then they bring out the long boy, right, for their auction house, and they're like, "Oh, I need to like transfer like 1 million gold to the whatever. Hey, what's his name? Send a 1.5 million gold to so and so." I'm like, "Yeah, do." And I saw this in real time as they're like, "Oh, I got pants. I got okay, but how's the corruption going to be on this?" And then like trying to figure it out. And it wasn't a few more pulls later that they got it down. They got world's first.
All about pants. Pants is what they needed to win. Okay.
Now,
Back in my day, you had to take your pants off to succeed in the raid encounter. Anyone else remember this? Warrior tanks with no pants running around in like...
I was too young for that. I wasn't here around that time.
In Black Temple or whatever's. Anyone? Am I going crazy? Chat room, come on, back me up here. It happened. It was a thing.
I want to hear. In the chat room says the only issue with Limit buy goes with openly asking for it on stream. That's true. Limit was openly asking for it, not just on stream but on Twitter, and they would buy this gear and then they would pay from whatever realm they would get the BOE from. They would purchase this with gold, okay, and then they would switch realms with the tunes, so pay for that. No, they were not cheating. I want to make this
Oh no.
very abundantly clear. They did not cheat. In fact, everyone was doing this. Number one is allowed in game. Okay, it's we have an auction house. We have buy on equips.
Yeah.
Number two, all other guilds were doing it. It's not like Limit was the only people doing this. And Method didn't go, oh, we're not gonna buy BOEs from the auction house. No, Limit did not do that. Now Limit did a better job advertising that they needed it. That came up, as a promoted tweet on my feed, and I'm like, oh wow, if I had a BOE, I would totally sell it to you, North American team.
They're dropping money to
But
promote their tweets and everything. Man, Going
I'm just
ham.
saying they used all the resources within game to do this. They did not cheat.
Yeah.
But
I never said they were cheating. I just thought it's amazing that it's not officially an esport. But after the like the Warcraft Radio interview with Ian, they kind of said that they don't consider it an esport. But it is amazing that there's that level of money, because I have to believe some tokens were bought. So it's cool that
oh,
that we got to this level where we're able to put a lot of money into a sport. I mean, it feels like a real sport nowadays, because
okay, it's not just tokens though, Fresley. It's also, and I had no idea we're going to talk about this tonight because this is not what we generally talk about on
no,
the Converted podcast, all about the Convert to Raid Guild on Airy Peak US. This is, I mean, we are talking about rating,
You brought
but
it up.
I didn't bring up. Oh, okay, I didn't bring up pay to win. What's
I,
Frasley did?
I just said
Frasley
that they
bought
spent
pay to win.
140 million in BOEs. I thought that was incredible. I was like, I wish I had that much money. I'm like, oh wow.
So,
Talonroid is suggesting that it's closer to 260 million,
okay,
according to chat.
what Talonroid says is borrowing. Okay, so they borrowed a bunch of gold.
Seems like
Who
those
is
were
who is lending gold? Aha,
Gallywix.
Gallywix. So there's, of course, it's Gallywix. So there's this group that will lend gold, and then you pay for it by doing these mythic runs and bringing people in. Now guilds have always done these mythic runs, right? It's always been a thing.
Yeah.
But now there's like a bank. It's like a bank, and people can borrow the money.
What's the
the
interest
gold.
rate on an unsecured
I
gold
don't
loan?
know. I don't know.
I think we need a Bitcoin cryptocurrency now, because I mean, who's tracking where all this gold's coming from?
WoW
Who's
coin.
tracking WoW coin? Okay, yes. Everyone mine those WoW coins now.
As someone
In
who
your Garrison
literally
mine.
works in crypto, that will probably work, yeah. But this is interesting. There is like this giant quote unquote bank who does bring in this gold, who does lend the gold so that these high-end raiders can buy these BOEs from whatever auction house they happen to be on, from whatever realm they happen to be on. It's kind of nuts. Uh
I mean,
and because you can buy these tokens with real money, that's when you go, oh, but it's real money. Oh, is it pay to win?
I'm not saying it.
I don't know. I'm grateful for them, having that, because I'll tell you what, it funds our raid team, pretty much through the expansion, because we hit a couple of BOEs early on. I have raiders that sell it off, donate 25, 50% to the raid team, keep the other $500,000 that they made, and then I'm like, great guys, like we have flask for the tier now off of one BOE, and I'm fine if that's what they want to do.
Boom. See, so the Gallywix situation, that's not what they're doing. But the situation that you just described sounds like real life to me. Like, yeah, we had these BOEs, we sell them, we fund all our our cauldrons, our food, our repair bills, whatever. through this because of these higher end guilds, these teams.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, at what point? At what point is WoW pay to win?
I don't think it is because I mean it's in the system. I mean and it makes sense at a certain point. Blizzard needs extra revenue for all the stuff that is going on. I mean, it makes sense why they.
Blizzard isn't making money from this. Oh, they are from the tokens.
Yeah, for the tokens. Yeah, but in game, might like it raises prices of things. So it's not a bad thing at all. I just think it's cool that it's risen to the level of needing this amount of money. I thought because at a certain point, buying all that farming all that gold in game, I don't think would be possible unless there's all these people that are just out there farming. Because I kept thinking, okay, then are there people that are that are working for Limited Method that all they do is they're going around mining and selling stuff? I mean, that their team's larger than what's on the raid team.
Lakota in chat room, is just calling it the Iron Bank.
Yes, I can see that.
They're gonna get their money back.
Yeah, and it may
So-
cost you an arm and a limb, but they'll get it back.
At
Yeah.
least a couple of fingers.
Yes.
I just think it's messed up, man, because, I mean, I don't have the kind of gold to finance a world first race, but I know if I did, I would have been right there with them. I know that with all of the epic BOEs that were on the auction house, I easily, having been decked out head to toe, or head to hoof, I'm playing a Draenei now, in these BOEs, I easily could have had the world first kill. But no,
Oh.
I'm not rich enough, so I can't play.
Oh, is that the situation?
It's
All
the
you need is
only
good
reason.
gear, and
That's
then-
the only
and then suddenly
reason.
you're a good healer.
That's the only reason.
Okay, that's the only reason. Wonderful, guys. I'm so glad that we started our podcast on such a positive note. I
I'm
think
sour.
that most of us. Are you?
I'm mad.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. I think most of us don't fall into that category, and we don't actually like. We're. I'm not gonna ever get. I'm not. Anyway.
I'm never going to be world first. I mean, I may be world first to die. In game. I'm going to be the first one to see who can fall off that cliff in the next Shadowlands zone. I'm going to be on there. Okay.
The best guilds in the
I'll bet
world
you.
are going, who's that gnome?
Who's that? No. Na 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 na. Who's that? No.
There's the new sounder.
That was my favorite way to start an episode ever. But the other thing I wanted to say was, I said at the top of the show, I say it now. Hey, it's Pat Crane's birthday.
Woo!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Our guild master, our guild leader, the person who started it all. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday, Pat Crane. We love you.
Happy birthday, Pat. Because as I did in the video on Twitter to Pat Crane, if it wasn't for Pat, I wouldn't be here right now. I mean,
Because he's your father?
well,
I thought he was Barf's father.
That's true.
He's my dad too because he birthed my podcasting career.
He birthed Barf. Literally.
Oh,
That is the lore. That is the lore.
I learned something new tonight.
Anyway, we've just spent half an hour talking about
Nonsense, really.
I'm gonna let Barf continue with the show.
Oh, well,
With the
actually,
introduction to the show.
I was going to introduce Frasley. How's your couple of weeks been, buddy?
It's been good. I am finally a love fool. Well, maybe not really. I haven't met my love yet, but I got the title in WoW, so maybe that's that works. I've been working on the different holiday metas, and I only needed the one where you had to get a rose from one of the dungeons, and then you had to go into different instances and pity the love fool. I pity the love fool.
Oh, I remember
And I got that. And I got the title of the love fool. Other than that, I've been working on my leveling my Mechano Mage. Oh, and I got to use this because it's my last chance to use this joke. So I got the level 70 of my Heart Azeroth. I've got the heart of Azeroth in my hands. I've got the heart of Azeroth in my hands. So there's a toy at 70 that you get. You can hold it in your hand, so that's fun.
Is it like a beating heart, like from
I-
Indiana Jones?
I
or is
didn't
it
listen
like
to it. It
And
might
it's
be.
got
I mean,
blood coming out of it, and it stinks.
I mean, I don't know what your blood smells like, Barf.
Well, if you just pull it out and you just hold it for a while, I'm sure it starts to get a little
like
weird.
this.
Kalima Shakti Te. Like,
Thank you. That's
Old
what I
school
wanted
style.
to
Yeah.
hear.
I've never smelled my blood. I don't know.
Love Rocket?
No, it didn't drop for me. So
No Rocket?
and neither did Invincible.
Yeah.
So, Barf, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I also don't have a Love Rocket, but that's fine. It's fine. It's not a real mount anyway.
Store,
It's fake
you
mount.
know, down the street you can get one for like $15, $22. It's about this big and just.
I was
batteries.
looking for the one with the zebra patterned seat on it, but that's how you roll. Is how you roll. So I haven't actually done any of the holiday stuff in a few years because I finished my long strange trip some time ago. Have they
me too.
changed Love Is in the Air or any of the other holidays recently? Is it something that I should revisit?
I mean, they've added new toys. Like they've added Pedals Pete's Hearthstone, and the new Hearthstone toys are pretty cool because you can clear a bank spot, and you can just a bag slot, and then you can use that and do that. But yeah, other than that, did you get the new Love Boat? Soon you'll be making another run.
No.
The answer to your question, Barf, is no. The achievement remains the same, but they have added more stuff.
Toys
so
and things.
if you want some more transmog and toys and stuff like that, yeah, there's stuff to check out. But has the achievement changed? No. And me and you basically did the achievement when it came out in Cataclysm.
Yeah.
So
That was the way.
That was the last time I saw it.
That was the way back in the day to get your 310% flying speed, I think is what the number was, without spending. You used to have to spend like a boatload of money to get the very fastest flying speed, or you could just finish Long Strange Trip, and the purple Proto Drake came with the extra fast flying speed. So that was the way to do it back in the day.
The Violet Proto Drake. I'll tell you, I paid for the
extra special flying.
Yeah, way before I got the Violet Proto Drake. It's pink.
Pay to fly. Oh, okay. So you were first class.
Okay, but pay to fly doesn't make you win the game. And what is even winning? How do you win WoW?
World first
win WoW?
to the dungeon.
How about world
yes.
first getting a certain pet? Or a certain number of pets? Or world first a certain number of mounts? How do you even win WoW, dude?
That'd be a question for Marconan more than anybody else, I think. World
mean,
first, certain number of mounts.
If you're talking about mounts, yes. But did you have anything else, Barf, to let us know tonight?
Yeah. Very, very briefly, there was a short conversation in officer chat recently about there's the possibility we may have to reevaluate how we do guild invites into the guild because in Shadowlands they're changing the leveling structure. We're not sure yet how that's going to affect Convert to Raid, but it was something, very CTR specific that I wanted to remember to bring up. The other thing going on right now is I have a slightly better than 50% win rate in Heroes of the Storm and have ranked up from silver into gold. So I'm slowly progressing into being a better player.
Silver. What's wrong with her?
She's great, but gold is really where it's at. And then after that, platinum. So I'm just saying.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Just saying.
I really thought the two of y'all would last the.
Please do not tell her I said that. The other thing I wanted to bring up that I thought would be funny, I tweeted about this yesterday. We went out to dinner, and literally the next table over, we were having a conversation about something that we have a home game of D&D happening here at the kitchen table here at the house that we haven't played a couple of weeks because she went out on work for a week, and we have a friend who's in Ecuador
with
randomly.
Silver, not platinum.
With silver, not platinum.
Okay.
So this coming Thursday, we're supposed to sit down and play again. and we're chatting about like, oh, okay, so what has your character been doing these last couple of weeks, and what's going on, and then we pause the conversation for a moment and realize that the next table over, well, no, you get 1 extra d6 when you hit 3rd level because sneak attack does this, and I'm going, wait a minute, and she looks at me and she goes, they're talking about D&D too. So now we're Discord friends with these 2 random strangers we met
Nice.
at my local bar that serves pizza. Just wanted to bring that up. They're out there. You just got to find them. They're walking around in plain sight.
They're everywhere.
You just gotta listen.
You just got to listen. Keep your ear to the ground. Tonight's a great night. I'm excited to be here today because we have fellow guildie, Adonrager, excuse me, from the long-running CTR team Edamame Enterprise. Thank you so much for coming on and for being patient while we ramble through all of the ridiculousness that we just did.
My raid team was hitting me in the background. They're like, wow, Adon, you're quite patient. I was like, it's just like dealing with you 20 people.
Ah!
Oh.
So you've never been here with us before. This is your first time on the Converted, yeah?
At least on the stream here, on the chat I've been on a couple of times.
Oh no, we know. We know. We know a troll when we see a troll. And anyway, thank you so much for being here. Seriously, for taking your time, and I hope we give you the proper the time to really talk crap about your team as much as possible. That's our goal.
My previous raid leader, he's here in the chat. That's the Lacado running around there. He's the real hero here. When he comes back to raid with us every once in a while, because he's gotten real casual now. It's like, oh, life's important, and I'm like, I don't know about that real life thing. It's a myth, but and he comes back. We really trust that guy. He's super trustworthy, so we give him all the responsibility. Kiting is his forte.
Oh, really?
No, not at all. He's really bad at it.
It's okay, good to know. So tell us, now is the time for you to talk. Tell us about your team, Edamame Enterprise. What's going on?
Well, so been around for quite a while, like Barf has said, and it's been fun lately. We just wrapped up. Let's see here. It was Eternal Palace, so we finished pretty strong. We ended up killing Mythic Orgazoa. So that was a good rally right before the end of the break there for Christmas, and then we've been taking a run back into Heroic Nyalotha, and we're finishing. Right now, we're at 11 out of 12 heroic. We've gotten some really good pulls on N'Zoth. So we're hoping to take him down either this week or next week. I think we've got a really good shot actually this week to take him down, and then we'll start dipping our toes into Mythic. So that's been pretty fun lately. That's kind of been the buzz on our team lately.
When do you guys play?
So we raid Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 9 area peak time, which is my time central, 8 to 11 central. So just 2 nights a week, and it's been pretty low key. We're actually in the looking for a couple of healers. I've got a couple of my strong healers who are substituting in from DPS, and so they're helping me out. But we're still looking for some healers. If anybody knows a person, looking for right now. I think we need a shaman. Paladin would be nice. A couple of DPS as well. We're always looking for the strong DPS.
You have any shortage of like melee versus ranged, or is there anything specific in the DPS sphere that you guys are looking for?
We've got all the debuffs covered. So we've got Monk and we've got Demon Hunter right now. We've got Warrior, Shout, Priest buff, and Mage. So nothing from those angles. We always need more range. I'd say melee's tough. It's more friendly this tier, from what we've seen with melee. So we can get more melee around the moss. It's nothing like Fetid from back in that first raid. You can only have 5 melee, including the 2 tanks. Absolutely awful.
chat saying that that they need a new raid leader.
It's true. Apparently, I do need a new raid leader. Apparently, they're going to kick me out soon too.
Oh,
So
well, so this was your fun episode and your final run with Edamame Enterprise. Okay, so are any raid teams you'd be interested in joining in CTR?
They tell me that I got friends on Rectified, so actually I'm good friends with Boned, so that's probably where I go next, but we're hoping they don't kick me out too fast here.
And so I see a lot of trolling. How friendly, like, because you're heroic, so you're working on progression, but
Sure.
During a typical raid team, is it pretty like business, or do you joke around a little bit? What's the atmosphere like?
It really depends, because the team is technically branded as Mythic Team. So we rebranded a couple of years ago. We were Heroic AOTC with a splash of Mythic. Now we are a Mythic Team because we're clearing AOTC in 4 weeks. So that leaves us, I don't know, 16 to 20 weeks of fun to be had. But as far as the atmosphere goes, it's very upbeat, very fun. We try to. It's a lot of memes. Typically, I'm not making any calls. We're just kind of joking around through trash, through the bosses, through farm. It tends to be pretty casual, lighthearted as well. And then when we have to buckle down on those mythic bosses or like on Nazoth or whatever, we get a little bit more focused, a little bit more serious, but not too serious. The the rule we have as a team, the only rule that we technically have, is our "don't be a D" rule, where you can fill in the D however you choose. But that is kind of the baseline rule, and we expect people to follow that. Other than that, it's have fun. We have a meme document with, I don't know, there's over 35 fully documented memes, another 100 or so that need to be documented.
Wow.
Specific to our raid team. So that's a specific document for us, and it's it's just super fun. We have a great time. I mean, we've been around for as long as we have, and that's by no accident. That atmosphere really keeps that team around.
So is there so you're the raid leader, but is there like a leader of the meme docket? Like you're the officer that's going to make sure that the meme document gets updated and and properly spaced and everything?
Is there a historian or a secretary?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have our meme officer. That's not Steve there in chat. He's currently taking a break this tier with us, doing some other real life fun stuff, but he's our typical meme officer.
That's funny. Not Steve is like, not the meme document.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was actually his idea, his baby. He started it.
And I'm hearing that you might be sponsored by Doritos because there's something about the Dorito poll.
Yeah. That's one of our older memes. We were back in that BlackRock Foundry. We were doing Orgorger, and one of our hunters, we're sitting there kind of talking. All of a sudden, this hunter just, bam, there goes a shot of arcane shot right off into the boss. And we're like, what just happened? He goes, oh, sorry, guys. I was digging for a Dorito chip in my keyboard, and I smacked my auto shot key. And there we go, off to Orgorger. So we made the pull. But it's an older meme, but it checks out, as Lucron says.
Oh, that is awesome.
I mean, who hasn't wiped the raid because they were rooting around in their keyboard looking for crumbs? We've all been there.
I mean, if you don't get it out, it's going to short the electronics or something. Or like when you need to press that one key, that chip's going to be right there.
And I'm still hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't eat and raid.
What kind of rule is that? We really prefer some like Taco Bell during our raiding, classic good old fashioned taco.
Just not while you have the voice on. So you probably tell them don't eat with the mic open. You don't want the.
They guiltily catch me every once in a while, like crunching a taco while I'm in the middle of a poll, and that happens occasionally.
And are Cheez-Its on your menu? That's an Overwatch League meme.
No Cheez-Its for us.
I'm trying to picture mouse and keyboard is a two-handed activity. How are you doing this with a taco?
So I have
the imagery in my head is so surreal right now.
It's like one foot now. My mouse that I use is a 16 function mouse. So I've got my entire rotation underneath my thumb, 2 fingers for left and right mouse button actually move my character around, and then my left hand can hold the taco while my right hand's controlling the mouse. Yeah, just like that.
And
Yeah.
Sal, I'm
Brilliant.
hearing that maybe that they need to add a burrito pouch or something like that, or
Oh, audio listeners, you have missed out.
yes,
The burrito koozie. Listen, that's an old meme. That's an old converted podcast meme, man. That burrito koozie went to Cuddles a long time ago.
I need one of those because I typically will stream Sunday nights with Mexican food. So
I'm just
So-
saying, it was like a feed trough, and Seamless or Grubhub or DoorDash or one of them
hey, if you
mailed me a burrito koozie, and it was the best.
it,
And I
it,
had to share it.
I want some
It was a
Grubhub right now.
burrito that would just fit around your neck, and you can just eat it while gaming.
So while you're eating and raiding, how are you finding the current raid so far?
Crunchy.
If
You know, yeah, Crunchy. That's a good
Crunchy.
answer. We've really liked it so far. I actually appreciate that it's been a longer raid. I was getting tired of the 8 to 9 boss raids because what it was doing was springboarding us into Mythic really fast, which started to put on the grinding wheel a little bit soon. It also caused the uncomfortableness in like Eternal Palace, where the first 3 bosses were really, really, I'd say actually decently tuned for Mythic. And then you got to Lady Ash, and the wall just appeared, and it was present, and it was ridiculous. And then Orgazoa got even worse, and that was hard. That was really hard as a raid team because it's just demoralizing when you're going in every week going, all right, we're going to kill the first 3 bosses. We really don't need any loot from Heroic. We're not really sure how Mythic's going to change this week. You're really itching or like inching, I guess, for every ounce of DPS, every ounce of execution that you've got. And we're hoping that the curve for Nyalotha is a little bit cleaner, not as spiky as we get in there. So yeah, it's true. Well, I do love Orgazoa. Did tons of thrash damage, swipe damage, good old bear. But it's we're just hoping for a little bit cleaner on that mythic stuff. As far as the bosses, think I don't know. It's a tough to say which one's my favorite right now. I like Carapace. I just kind of like the design. I like the phased aspect of it. I like Soccer Mom just for the memes, even though she's super boring. It's fun to play soccer, especially as the tank. So, and since how things have been going so far, at least. How about you guys? Anything interesting from favorite raid encounter aspects?
My favorite raid encounter is Twin Ogron from 5 tiers ago.
That's an old one.
That's going to
Yeah.
be, that was not, I mean, we're not talking about this tier when you talk about that. But I do know someone who got AOTC last night.
Ooh.
My friend Skabet, who was in the chat room tonight. And yeah, they're talking about Carapace. It wasn't that terrible. But Zoth, did take a whole bunch of pulls, but if you get AOTC, you get that really cool mount.
Yeah.
You don't have to get mythic on this
Mounts are
one.
good.
You don't. It's like this void dragon mount. It's pretty cool.
I dig it.
So
Yeah.
you want to get the AOTC this time around.
I was just being informed of that one. I hadn't kept up on the achievement stuff, but some of my other raiders are pretty excited to get that mount. They're also pondering going back into Dazzle and getting the Jaina Mythic mount because the tier is a little bit easier now that we're 2 tiers ahead with all this corruption, with all this power spike. And
Okay,
then
but
they're
watch out
dropping 2
before
at
you
once.
do that. Watch out before, because they just hot fixed it, supposedly to make it drop 2 mounts per run.
Mhm.
But that's not working right now. So some people are getting no mounts or 1 mount. So give it another week, figure it out. Like once they actually get it figured out. But yeah, Mythic Jaina is a lot easier, and it's supposed to drop 2 mounts.
Eventually. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
hotfix come in just recently. So
This past week, yeah. but apparently it's not working so well right now. So,
You know, my team would tell me it's a small indie company, so we just have to give them a little bit of time.
oh, right. Activision Blizzard, they don't have
Who?
enough money.
Haven't heard of them. Small indie company, I think. But, you know.
Yeah.
Blizzard.
They must be new.
That
Yeah.
and apparently they just turned 29. It sounds like. So I mean, I'm older than them by 1 year.
Before we wander too far away from the raid, you were saying earlier that you liked that it was a little bit of a longer instance. It cut down a little bit on, well, suddenly we're in Mythic, and now suddenly we're in the grind. Have you found that working on the cape and doing the horrific visions has maybe somewhat replaced that in the, okay, every week we gotta like really crunch down on this type of thing that we sort of saw in the last tier, or has your experience for the cape been a little bit different than that?
I don't know. It's been kind of a love-hate relationship, I think, for us and as both individuals and as a team. And it's interesting because we'd say it's a not very alt friendly. So normally we have people that switch around a little bit and have a little bit of fun in between them, and it's a little bit more of a grind because I've got to be able to get all these vessels to be able to do the horrific visions multiple times, because I think this week you needed 3 runs and next week you need 4 runs to go up to level 11, rank 11. It's a lot of runs to be executing on multiple tunes a week, and I've got some friends that some of my raiders that are doing that. But most of us aren't. We enjoy the content; it's a good breakup. But even like the skill disparity amongst the different classes and against the different raiders even is present. So I've got some raiders that I've been doing a 4 mass clear this week. We just did a full 4 mass clear, and we've been doing full clears for 2 weeks now as a group. I've got others that are struggling to do a full mass clear because they're doing it solo and their class is maybe not as well tuned for it, and they've got the gear, but like how that translates out is that we're looking at a 4 mass clear is 4,000 mementos, and just a straight clear with no masks is about 2,000, 2,500. But that translates very presently into that tech tree. So I'm 4 talents away from done, and I have other raiders that just got Gift of the Titans. So I'm 7 full traits, and that's kind of weird, but that mostly has to do with the mechanics of the horrific visions and not really translating to raid power at all. So that's just been good. The corrupted stuff, on the other hand, that has been a roller coaster, and everyone's been talking about it for a while. But with all the nerfs, and then like, well, what do I wear? I got to sim everything. Well, it turns out a 420 gear for me is better than a 460 because of the corruption on it. All that fuss it hasn't been my flavor, but it's at least something different. I appreciate Blizzard for trying something different, because I think the item level Titan forging was not particularly interesting when you go into LFR and all of a sudden roll a max piece of gear out of it. I was like, it's exciting for that person, but it really diminishes what those mythic raiders are working towards, what those heroic raiders or even normal raiders are working when they're rolling loot.
It seems like there's a lot of math going on, and I'm not anti-math, guys, but there's a lot of like min maxing, like really theory crafting going on with this gear, and last year, and we're still dealing with it. Some you have your artifacts, weapon power, whatever. No, I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say. When you would unlock the different tiers. Someone help me! I'm having a brain fart.
Part of Ezra?
You're talking about you're talking about the stuff within the head, shoulders, and chest, right? Those
Yes, the
components.
Azeroth gear.
Yeah.
Azerite gear, right? And you would have like different levels of Azerite gear. Maybe this is like 20 levels up, but the traits aren't as good as this ones that are 20 level down. Okay, so we're going beyond that now, thankfully, right? And we all kind of wanted to go beyond Azerite gear right? But now it's like way more complicated. So we have this gear that's got this corruption, right? But there's this extra stuff on it that's so awesome. So you're like trading the awesome for some bad. And it's like, how much bad do you want for your awesome?
Yeah.
So how has that affected your raid?
For us, I don't think it's shown up too much. I know I had one raider who gave us a video. It was a good laugh. He had about 200 corruption week 3, I think.
200
And
corruption?
yeah, so he could put on 200 corruption
He
at a time.
walked
So
3 steps.
no, he couldn't walk 3 steps. He literally showed this video to us. The ring's about 150 yards wide. And then as soon as the thing from beyond spawns at him, he looks and it's like 30, 50 yards out and it just blinks right to him and then smashes him for 500k and he's gone.
That's
So like,
awesome.
that's been kind of the fun of the system. I think most of my raiders are walking around 50-ish. Corruption on the positive side is about where they want to keep it. I haven't heard anyone above 60. But that's tough because even like the cloak is only at 25, 35 corruption resistance.
Right.
You can put on the Azurite essence inside your neck that gives you another 10. But that means that if you want to wear like an Infinite Stars rank 3 or an Echoing Void rank 3, you're wearing that and maybe one other piece of gear. But you can't really have that much fun with all the other stuff. And so it's been weird from that angle, especially when these people are getting rank 3 stuff. And you're like, well, I got a rank 3 Infinite Stars just this last week at 460, and I'd love to put it on. I've got so much corruption in weird spots that I can't figure out how to put it on without putting on 80 corruption. And as a tank, I can't have a 50-yard eyeball with things from beyond flying at me because I'm going to swing Rathion and breathe on the raid. So
as a DPS, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
As a healer, I'm sure Barf is like, nah, bro. Nah.
The look on his face says, that tank
Yeah,
should totally swing Vexiona around. Just breathe that Twilight Devastation all over everybody. I need those parses.
Let's put it this way. I've been
That's
doing a
what-
lot of DPSing recently.
So instead of Mentos the Freshmaker, it's Rathion the
Corpse
Destroyer.
Corpse Maker.
Or Corpse
Maker.
of Corpse. That makes more sense.
Of
than what I
Corpse.
just-
You can't get past Rathion, though. I mean,
Anduin tried.
Man, all the black dragons that I've killed in this game, come on.
I'm just saying. I mean, Rathion is not meant to be that wall. Anyway. I could talk a long time about corrupted gear, and I think sorry, but we're here to talk about your raid team, the community.
Yes.
The community. So could you tell us, some of the funny moments? Like think Edamame Enterprise, ladies and gentlemen. In case you don't know this, anytime you hear a raid team that has a vegetable in the name, it was one of the OG convert to raid teams, because that was what we did back then.
Going back to the roots, I get it.
Right. So Edamame Enterprise has
Roots.
Oh gosh, Frasley. Edamame Enterprise has existed a long time, for about as long as the guild has. So, from your point of view, could you give us one or two like the funniest moments that you can recall?
Funniest moments. There's a couple that come to mind. There's a couple of raid members that will go down in the history of our raid team. There's one that comes to mind. I'm thinking of back in HFC. We were raiding Mythic at that point, and we had a raider come back to us, and we were gearing him back up to catch him back up a little bit, and we were doing, I forget which one it was. It was one of the first 3 bosses. It wasn't the very first one, but one of those early bosses that we were doing in there. And the the raider, he says, "Hey, I could really use that tier piece set," and this was great. We were happy to get him some gear, and we're like, "Great." So he takes the piece of gear, he pops it open into the set piece, and then he goes, "Oh, it's in my bags already. Hey guys, I didn't need my 5-piece." And so we're like, "Thanks." And so we always joke about, "Hey, Jarek still needs his 5-piece," all these years later. Was always a good one. My raid team here is spouting all these good ones. We had one of our other officers back in the day. We had his name was Fizzle. He writes for Blizzard Watch.
Mitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he was one of the officers here on Edamame Enterprise for a number of years, and he loved to call a lure for Kill Jaden, or whatever the boss was. I forget the name of it. The one that had a lure for the flames that would jump around. And so every once in a while, he would just randomly in raid go, "Allure soon," and everybody would jump. They'd be like, "Where are the flames at?" And it's like 45 seconds. We're like, "Thanks. We're so glad it's so soon." He said, "Yeah, I said soon TM." Or so yeah, it's, I don't know. Those are some good times. Some of the more recent ones. One of the memes that's actually carried with us for the longest time has been that our team wipes trash more than we wiped bosses. There are actually very few bosses where we have wiped more than we've wiped trash. And that stayed pretty consistent. Like, we can walk up and one-shot a brand new boss we've never seen before, but we'll wipe 5 times in the trash getting there. Why that happens, nobody knows. Probably because we're goofing off the entire time we're getting there.
Yeah, and you aren't on
That
your
makes
game.
sense.
Like,
Yeah, you show up to the boss, you put your game face on. But, I mean, come on. The trash? I'm making a sandwich. I'm eating tacos. I can't be bothered to put my full focus into trash. Come on now.
I'm getting Doritos out of my keyboard.
I got to get the Doritos, man.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're AFK. All my healers have gone AFK, but they didn't tell anybody. They just kind of like round robined it to each other, so all of them are standing AFK in the background. And you're like, cool.
It's like the bystander effect. Somebody else will help.
Yeah.
What about the tires?
Yes. Black is our resident tire salesman. I actually don't remember where that meme was born from. I just know now he's our quote unquote resident tire salesman, even though he does not sell tires. It's just honestly, it's just an ingrained meme, but I don't remember where that one came from.
Check the reference guide.
And hopefully
There's a
you don't
document.
tire of that one.
Yeah, but apparently my meme officer tells me it doesn't have an origin in the document. So, they're all yelling, "Check the doc," but oh, yeah. No origin story.
So we have a tradition on this show. It's called the Turarts Really Hard Question. Name every member of your raid team.
Let's see here. Do I have to list everyone that has ever raided with me, or just the ones that are currently raiding with me?
I think current is what people typically do. Although if there's a notable veteran, toss them in there.
Yeah, name drop them.
Ooh, alrighty. Let me think. Alrighty, so for my tanks right now, I have Myth and then myself. Myth is my monk tank. For my healers right now, I have Buns playing Dabble. I have Nis playing Nis. We have my Druid healer, Agar the Druid. And then we have Gankadin. For my melee DPS, we have Burrow, KU, Zara, Sale. Lev is one of our recruits that we have for melee right now. Any other melee up there that I can? Not at the moment. For my ranged, I have Jakob, who's playing mage right now. We have Dusty Hobo playing a mage. We have Subjecka playing a mage. Back with us for a little bit. That's Coddle. Oh yeah, we have Greer Revis. That's our other melee. He's on a DK right now. That's Ill Will, who just told me I'm rude for forgetting him. Who all else? I have Lolshot. That's my hunter class lead with our only lonely hunter, so he can class lead himself. Let's. Dang, who all am I forgetting from my raid team? It's hard when you have to think of everybody on the spot, and now I'm blanking. The priests, the hunters. We have warlocks. So we have Sayer and Demon Pack. And shoot. Sayer, Demon Pact, and my other warlock, whose name I have just forgotten. Greystash.
Lax says you don't even have warlocks.
What? What about warlocks?
It says you don't even have warlocks.
Oh yeah, we don't. That's also a running meme for a long time. You ask for a summoning stone and you can't get one. We have no warlocks. Can't get hellstones either because we have no warlocks.
Well,
but in my 6 years, we've always had a warlock.
Chat room, let him know who has been missing and whom he doesn't care about and wants to leave the team. Let us know.
Oh, Marad. Oof. I'm in so much trouble. That's not Sale, Jakob. I said Zara.
You definitely said Zara.
Yep. Steve left us for a tier, so I didn't mention him, but he was playing Cleverbot for a while. It was my other monk. One of my other monks.
Not Steve has definitely been participating in the chat room tonight.
Yeah, he can't miss an opportunity to meme.
I respect
it's in his
that.
DNA. And we had Lucron. Lucron hasn't rated us for a while. Oh yeah, shout out to anyone who needs a plus 15 Ma. Lucron needs one still. We're not sure how you're going to get that, but he still needs it.
What,
these
tonight?
years later.
Oh, sorry. It's been years. Yes.
Yeah, that Ma souls from back in the day.
Ma, man. Remember when we used to just like chain run Ma Mythic? Yeah, dude, just like over and over. Yeah.
It was like 15 minutes long.
It's still the best dungeon for Mythic Plus.
Yeah. Well, like, unless you were a Boomkin or I think Shamans had the same problem. They could AoE through the floor and the ship. That was a huge problem.
Okay, well, here's the deal, though. I had that. What was that? Was it the ring that nobody wanted? The legendary that nobody wanted? That every time you would CC anything at all, you get this haste buff for the entire group. It was really great for Mythic Plus. And that's when I learned how to use my tremor totem and my capacitator totem. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna CC everything, and it's just like haste buff, haste buff, haste buff, haste buff. It was Pride as is what it was. Thank you in the chat room. Yeah, the Pride as I love Pride as. It was my favorite thing because it was predictable to me. Because I would CC something and then the whole crew would get a haste buff, and it was awesome.
Well, since they patched transmog, so now you can transmog that legendary.
I mean, it was a ring, so
you can try anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, they show up.
It'll be great.
Anyway, Barf, I think it's time for our new sounder.
Which sounder's that?
Excuse me, buddy. Watch out for that gnome! So, since according to chat, the warlock summoned you right when you get to the group, then I know you obviously are paying attention to the names of the subzones where the obelisk for Nyalotha can spawn. So what are the specific subzone names?
Let's see here. It's going to be... You're not talking within Oldham or within Vale of Eternal Blossoms, are you? Talking deeper than that?
Oh no, within. So it's like the obelisk will show up inside of so yeah, so you have Vale in Oldham, but inside of there's subzone names.
I honestly don't know. All I know is my raid team tells me the raid follows the major. That's all they've taught me.
Okay.
And if you translate Rathion's pillars, when you're inside the raid, if you ever turn around and look at those, it actually translates to the raid follows the major. But that's all they've taught me.
Oh. It'd be White Petal Lake and Vale of Eternal Blossoms, or Veernail Dam and Odom.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was trying to trip you up, but you gave me a tidbit about the translation.
Adon,
Like I said,
I'm sorry,
go
what were you
ahead.
going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say my raid team only consists of memes. It's like they feed on them 24/7. So
I know
just
I know what you
full.
mean.
Adon, I had a great time tonight. I thought this was a fantastic interview. I was super happy to have you here. And I know I speak for the entire crew when I say that. How can we track you down out there on the internet? Where might you be found?
So I actually don't have a Twitter for the team. I actually don't even have a personal Twitter because I don't use Twitter. So the easiest
We
ways to track
noticed.
me down, I know, I'm sorry. Easiest ways to track me down are either through Discord on Adonrager hashtag 5326 or in BattleNet, it's Sparky hashtag 1494. Those are the two easiest ways to get hold of me.
I'm sorry, it sounded like
So,
that was a little bit of microphone squiffiness there. Could you repeat that one more time
sure.
for us?
So Adonrager 5326 Discord or Sparky 1494 for the
For BattleNet. Gotcha.
Yep.
On your way out, did you have any shout outs that you wanted to hit us with?
You know, shout out to my raid team and all the hard work they've done over the last 6+ years with us. I really can't state how proud I am of all of the work that they do day in and day out coming to raid and working as hard as they do. It's, I help raid lead the team, but it's not successful without them. And then shout out to Bone for being my cursed lover over there on Rectified. He's our partner raid team and over there with Jamal, who was running them for a long time too. They've been a huge asset to us and their raiders, helping us when we need help with roster issues. And so I really can't thank them enough either. And shout out to our friends here at CTR for the officers and everyone else that helps put this raid team together, or this guild together. We really couldn't do it without them. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you so much for coming out again. I can't thank you enough. I had a great time tonight. I know Fraz and Sal both did as well. Next up, we are going to move into the guild haps and the whatnots. We're going to hit us, Fraz. Let's start with you. Let's hit us with a frazzled thought.
So, the trailer for Stranger Things 4 was released on Friday. It looks really cool. But I had a thought. What if the Upside Down is an alternate dimension where the void from Azeroth lore was seeping into WoW from it? Or what if the Upside Down came first and then it seeped into the writing of Azeroth? So what if Azeroth is really like Star Wars, where it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
You mean the concept of the Upside Down came first?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it came
I think
first
that's. I want to say that that's an old D&D realm, right? Like they didn't make that up for the show, did they?
No, I don't think they made it, but it's real. It's real, right? Because this is a documentary series I'm watching, and that the Upside Downs exists, and then it moved into and when they're writing WoW, the void creatures were coming from the Upside Down into WoW to make the WoWs void.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're like making it real. I was going to say, because I mean, as far as inspiration is concerned, you're probably right. I'm sure that the writers for WoW take a lot from not just like old D&D and old, Lovecraft and all that, but from everywhere else that they can find it. So I was sure that on that level you were right. This other idea is exciting though. Like this is all actually real, and
I mean, Star Wars is real. It always told me
Star Wars is real.
Far, far away.
It really happened.
Yeah. And
it's
I
in
can
the
be
scroll.
a Jedi one day if I can find that force somewhere.
Well, everything about that makes sense to me, Fresley. Gentlemen, I'd like to let you know. I'd like to let you know that I was wrong a little while ago, and we have been corrected. So Pride as was a legendary that was a shield, right? So
Oh,
it's every 30 seconds gain an absorbed shield. And it was actually Sefu's secret or Sifu's secret that gave that haste buff. So the Pride as was the amulet, the neck, and Sefu's was the ring that I was talking about. I got them wrong, but I'll tell you that I did rock both of them at the same time for a whole lot of that expansion. So before you get those emails, I just want you to know the chat room corrected me at length. Everything's fine. I know that I'm wrong.
I read a
it's the real
tweet.
time.
I read a tweet recently that explained that the closest we can come to feeling like a ghost is when somebody says something on a podcast or is like searching for that. Oh, what is that called? I can't remember. What is it? And you're sitting in the car and you know what it is and you're shouting it and no one can hear you. It's the closest
Yes.
we can come to feeling like we're a ghost in the world.
Yeah, I'm used to just being wrong, so it's all good. I'm used to spouting things and then being told that it was incorrect.
Well, now the chat room is making fun of my couch. Thank you, chat room. I appreciate that. I appreciate the frazzled thoughts, but now is the time that we hype up the raid team progression, the guild haps, and get your shout outs in. Thanks to all the raid teams who updated the CTR hashtag progression updates room in Discord, which is fantastic. In the Convert to Raid Discord, we have a channel for progression updates, and we had a whole bunch of people, tell us about their stuff. If we don't mention your raid team here, please kick your raid leader in the butt and tell them to put their information into the progression updates channel in the Convert to Raid Discord server.
Discord.convertterraid.com.
Awesome. Uh, what's your name, Frasley?
Yes,
You
I'm
want to
proudly.
tag team these mothers?
I'd love
Go
to,
ahead.
and fathers and kids and daughters. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So Edamame Enterprise, who, that
Huh.
sounds familiar. They are 11 of 12 heroic.
Yeah, the Salad Senate completes its 7th birthday week at 11 of 12 normal with a slightly surprising kill on Carapace.
Fallen Knights is currently 11 of 12 normal and 4 of 12 heroic.
That's amazing. The Troublemakers are 6 of 12 normal and 1 of 12 heroic.
Project Failsauce, now 9 of 12 heroic. Dressed Agath and Vexion down. Normal Nazoth is dead.
Yeah, Bacon and Kegs is now 4 of 12 heroic, 11 of 12 normal.
And Sister Guild to Edamame Rectified is now 11 of 12 heroic.
Nice. Dark One's Own Luck is 5 of 12 heroic.
Hydro Volunteer Fire Department is now 11 of 12 normal and 3 of 12 heroic.
TLDR Just Pull, 11 of 12 normal and 3 of 12 heroic. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah. Relentless is now 11 of 12 normal and 3 of 12 heroic.
Hump Day Heroes, 11 of 12 normal and 2 of 12 heroic.
Standard Dragon Protocol was 11 of 12 normal with Nazoth at phase 3 on our first night on him.
Facepull is now 7 of 12 heroic and 11 of 12 normal. We have only pulled normal and Zoth a couple of times, they said. Wow. Okay, so looks like people are trying to do a bunch of heroic bosses before they kill Zoth, on normal.
Which makes
It
sense.
makes sense to me.
Get it down, but also get the gear.
Also with the gear. Now, we did have some Twitter mana buns. One of my favorite things this week is we got an update about Tink's son. Now, Tink is a really good friend of the show, really good friend of mine. He put on Twitter that his son has been doing great. It's been, well over a year that we got the messages, pray for him, he's in the ICU, and now we hear when he runs again. You emphasis on the word when, and
Yeah.
we couldn't be happier for him.
It was if for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And now it's a win. And we're really happy for your family, Tink.
And then Stoke CTR says, "Woo, go fail sauce."
That's right. That was I share that sentiment. Woohoo! Go
Yeah.
Project Fail Sauce. And that was a response to Fail Sauce letting us know how they're doing. Go ahead, Barf.
All we got left, I think, at this point are our own shout-outs. Has anything come in through the chat room yet? I don't think I've seen anything.
I mean, I saw a bunch of memes from the team that we have at Edamame Enterprise, but
some shout-outs for Sal's couch, I think, probably one or two were in there.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with it. My couch has become famous just in the last hour and a half.
You got to do what I did and have your grandma knit you a Super Mario 2 quilt.
Ooh.
It's not a quilt. It's a I don't know what it technically is. It's a blanket.
I don't know. I've got this beige-looking couch in the background.
So, Barf, can your grandma make a couch for Sal?
Oh yeah, she could make.
Cool.
She could easily
just
make
me a couch.
She'd make a whole couch. It's fine.
And she can just throw it in the back of a pickup truck, drive it to.
I mean, she made this blanket like 30
fine.
years ago, so like it might be a little different, but.
Wait, they had games 30 years ago?
Mario 2 was 88, I want to say.
Wow.
87? 88. I'm going to put my money on 88.
My shout out goes to Skibet. Congratulations, Skibet, on getting AOTC with your Super Pug group. They meet, it's a cross realm situation that meets, whenever a new team comes out. And they don't do Mythic because you can't do cross realm Mythic. So congratulations.
My shout out would be to the officers. I've got friends who recently got into the guild, and the officers were great. It's nice when they're like, "Hey, can you invite me to the guild?" I just tell them join CTR LFO in chat, or like fill out the application. It's nice that I can give them. I can tell them where to go, and you officers kick butt and you get them in. So thank you so much.
Well, actually, I had a shout out in a similar vein, and I'm glad that you brought up the application thing, because this is, if anyone's new to the guild, I don't know what you're listening to this show for if you're not in the guild yet, but please join the guild. However, be advised. Traditionally, what we do is we have you go to ctrguildevents.com and fill out a very brief application, and then one of our officers brings you in, hunky-dory. Recently, we've been having a little bit of problems with the application process. Everything's fine. We totally have it handled. Just jump into game, join, do /join space CTRLFO. That's where the officers in the guild hang out. They'd be more than happy to send you an invite, even if you had a little bit of trouble with the application on the website. It's totally fine. We have a whole spreadsheet worth of data that will be refilled in once we kind of have things back up and running. But in the meantime, what's that?
There's a giveaway for the next 5 people to join CTR. You will win our love and affection.
Only for the next 5, though. If you're number 6,
exactly.
You're in trouble. But that's actually where I wanted to send my shout out. The officers have done a great job at picking up when things got a little weird. They've done a great job at making sure that all the info stays as organized as we can keep it. We're working on some solutions. We're also working on what Shadowlands is going to look like as far as guild invites are concerned. But as of right now, it's level 15 and be able to get out of the starting zone. So if you roll a new Death Knight or a new Demon Hunter, as long as you can make it to Stormwind, you're fine. We're not enforcing any serious level restrictions in ways that we used to in the past. Just get to town and we got you from there. That's actually going to wrap us up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank Navox and Geek Chic Lisa for our lovely theme music. You can find us all over on Twitter at @converted_CTR. Sal is at @summer_Sal. Frasley is at Frasley-tastic, among 6 others. And I am at a bonus level. Sal, when is the next episode?
In in 2 weeks. Our next episode will be on March 2nd, Barf, and we will see you same time, same place, 2 weeks from now.
Looking forward to it. That's going to be bye from all of us at this point, though. From Sal.
Good night.
For Frasley.
Bye.
And for myself. We'll see you next time, everybody.
You can follow the show on Twitter at converted_CTR. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Converted Podcast. And find us on our Twitch channel, Converted Podcast. And join us live every other Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
All right, I legit just need to go. I'm dying. What a great, fantastic chat room tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Had a great time.
Yeah. Wow. Great guest too. Later taters. Ooh, I can use some taters right
I'd go
now.
for a tater. Be pretty good.
I'm gonna go get some ice cream after this.
Ice cream.
Yes.
Nice.
I gotta wind down after this.
I saw you like dancing around, and the thing is, I was like dancing around in my chair because my back hurt, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I have a standing desk because my back hurts, and then I'm like, and then I started dancing around here too. My back doesn't hurt, but now I have all this energy because I'm stood here.
And get one of these. Oh, you got one? Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
I'm not standing on it, which is the problem, right?
Okay, yeah, because like this has grooves and stuff like that. So
Mine is like tilted, so you get like the exercising your calves.
yeah,
But it kind of came with this desk, yeah.
nice.
But did you see that I pressed a button? It was like
I saw that. I was like,
I put my wrist on this, and it makes it so that I don't have wrist pain when I use my mouse. Sal knows.
Yeah, it's gel.
Mine's got like beanbag material inside.
I've seen those. Yeah. I've got two because my office closed, and so I had one in my office and one here, and now I've got two of the same thing basically.
I've got these Alliance hand things. So
Does that have
That's the cutest.
like a wrist straightener in it?
No,
No?
he's
No.
just showing off his hand warmers.
Oh.
Yeah, that are Alliance themed, and it's hand warmers, but it's also nice because I've got wood on here, so it's nice to put it against wood, and it doesn't hurt.
I want some
Okay.
Alliance gloves. I didn't know I wanted that until today.
Until just now. Okay, I gotta go, guys.
Sal's very sleepy. She's going to go take a nap on her magical couch.
Sounds good.
No one lays on that couch.
And I'll text you tomorrow about the guest.
Frasley, thank you so much for all that you've done.
Oh.
Work has been kicking. I like my job, but it has been kicking my ass. It's been kicking my ass. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, well, gentlemen, I'm gonna head out. Thank you very
Bye,
much,
chat.
chat room.